I wanted to show you this little journal that I've just finished. In the Junk Journal Junkies, they had an event all about books, and I've already put in my book for that. What I wanted to do, because I'm basically a fantasy reader, I am a fantasy reader. I wanted to do a fantasy themed one. Now this cover, I have to say, is not quite finished because I need to put something around here, and I'm working on something like that. I'll show you, maybe I'll put an image up on Facebook or something when I've done with this. So, if I open it up, it's a bit chunky, I've just had to tie it shut. So this is like a dragon, image of a dragon reading a book, and this was just, I can't remember what deck this paper came from, but anyway. So just inside, this is washi tape that's got little books on it. I was going to put it in the one for the All About Books events, but it didn't really fit in with the theme. I had a more monochromatic theme for that. So let me just go through, and I've got little, images like that. These little pockets that I'm quite pleased with. Well, what I'll use this book for is, because I read quite a lot, I will use it for probably kind of book reviews now, but just for myself. These images, I've put a lot of these cards through. This is just fantasy art, the little, collector cards you can get. Because I really like art as well, and some of these are actually, I recognise, if somebody else is like an avid fantasy reader and have been for years like I have, you'll recognise some of these things. This is actually Elric by Michael Moorcock, and that's an image from one of his books. And then I've put a little tea, my Gothic teacup, because reading and tea always go well together, I feel. Another little pocket there, and this is from the Pern books by Anne McCaffrey, which is what got me into reading fantasy in the first place. Then another little, I've just added a little dragon sticker there. You can't see it really well for the paper clip. Just adds a bit of whimsy. And then some more pockets. And more art cards. More little, this is, it's a book, opens up with the planet above it. So there is a little bit of science fiction in here. That's not what I'm pointing at this ribbon for, because I do read some of that as well. And this is just a little ribbon I put in, and some pearls, more pockets. And yeah, just some more cards, and other of those little stickers to add a bit of whimsy to it. This might not appeal to many people, but because I'm a big fantasy fan of art, books and art, so, and these little cards I can actually take out once I start filling it up. I can take them out if it's getting too much, but I really like it. Well, it's a personal journal, so nobody else has to like it as long as I do. And another little, I love this image. This is a Louis Royal, and it's almost like a dragon teacher, but it's one of my favourite Royal images, and he's done a lot of fantasy book covers as well. I really enjoy making these little pockets with the tape. I might do more kind of along the same lines for future journals. There's more of the cards, more pockets. There is a book, is a magic portal to another dimension. I'm sure I had more of those little cards all printed out, but I can't for the life of me find them. So I don't know what I've done with them. I might add them in if I do find them. And more pockets. And these are I just added in little tags for that. I had a really nice card. I'm sure I printed it out. It was Frodo. I don't know if you remember from the Hobbit film. So when he's running along with the map in his hand, not the map, the contract, running after the dwarfs. Oh no, it says, it's got, what was it? It says, I'm going on an adventure. This is how I feel when I open up a new book. And I thought that was so cool. Now this card here, it reminds me of a favourite series of books by, gosh, what's her name? It's Robin Hobb's other books. And I can't for the life of me remember her name right now. It begins with an M. Anyway, she does a series of books called Kai and Vanden, and they go about in a sort of caravan. And for this card here just reminded me of those books, so I've added it in there. And that name's got to bug me now. I'm going to have to, as soon as I'm off here, I'm going to have to go in and look it up. See, it's starting to get bulky there because that's where I've put all most of the gems and things like that. I'll have to remember. And this is an image of Lessa and Ramith, the dragon, from the Dragon Riders books, you know, of Pern books by Anne McCaffrey, which set me on the path of reading fantasy many, 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 many years ago. I should maybe do a bookshelf tour at some point just to show you all my books, because they do have an awful lot. I buy books a lot faster than I can read them, so I have quite a lot. And although I prefer, you know, the actual physical book, I do buy a lot of ebooks as well, mainly because nobody knows how many you buy that way, and then you've got just the one thing to carry them about. I like this one, Hoard of Books, with the dragon there. And that's it. That is that kind of bulky. This thing here, actually, I didn't show you. I made this out of polymer clay. I had a mould. Yeah, I made a mould, or I sculpted it, then made a mould of it, and so I could do more. And they were actually pendants I was going to sell, but I thought it fit quite well. It's a fantasy lady there. And like I say, I do have something that I want to put in there. I'm not quite sure what though. So that's why it's kind of blank at the moment. So there we have it. That is my little fantasy reader book. And I will be filling this up with book reviews and all sorts of stuff pertaining to my rather large book collection. Okay, bye. This is what we have to put up with when we have cats and ribbons, isn't it?